What's good, people? I am joined by Telegraph Sports editor Fadumo. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Really
Although I
happy
feel
to
like
have
you
you on.
promoted me by calling me editor, but social editor, but I'll take the editor part too.
You're editing, so yeah, but we'll say it's social editor just to have
That is
VAR.
true. That is true. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. Looking forward to this.
Good.
So let's get into the nitty gritty. Who are your top three ones to watch for the WSL this season?
I don't think I'd be doing it right. I don't think I'd be doing my kit any justice if I didn't start off with the go our own number seven, Ella Toone. Like, I don't think you need to look beyond this weekend to realize what an asset that girl is to Manchester United. You know, two phenomenal assists. She was a standout last season. And it's just, especially now that United have like really cemented themselves in the WSL from the first season, you know,
Mm,
they were just outside that qualifying bracket for the Champions League. But it just shows you, you know what, you can never be in doubt of Arsenal. Like, despite the difficulties they had last season, they are headgear in the WSL and they have been for a very long time. So it just
yeah,
shows the talent that United are up against. But Ella Toone is well and truly at the front of that. She's 22 years old. She, I think, is someone that's going to break into the England squad. She played as what a more or less played as a number nine at the last week at this last weekend game against Reading.
yeah.
But it really showed in terms of the assists and stuff. But she's a phenomenal midfielder, can play as a striker. She's just an all-rounder, really. So that's definitely one of my first one to watch.
Yeah, I think she's, to be honest, I don't really watch that many United games, but I've always
Yeah,
heard about her. So obviously the game was on Sky Sports, and obviously there was no chance I was missing that. So to watch her play and say, because the thing is, she wasn't on the ball constantly, but what she did when
yeah,
she had the ball was insane.
yeah,
Like,
100%.
yeah, I think she had 18 passes, two of those
Yeah.
were her assists. So look, it doesn't take too much to have her there, but she's going to cause tremendous damage. And yeah, that is a great pick. Who's your second?
Yes, I think Everton being top pick. So I don't know if you knew, but so Nia Simon and Kia Simon, sorry, came to Tottenham from
Yeah,
PSV on a 2-year deal. Fresh from Australia, finishing fourth at the Olympics and stuff. And she's someone that's just, I think Tottenham, what they really need is a striker. Like,
yeah,
if you look at Tottenham's and their the number of goals they scored last season wasn't great. I think they only
yeah,
scored probably possibly I think it was around five between the top strikers, and that's that they
yeah.
need a prolific goal scorer, and I think they're going to get that in Keir Simon. She's been a great part of and PSV. She's been a great part of Australia. She scored 11 goals in 12 games when she was in the W League, being the top goal scorer there. And that's essentially what Tottenham is going to need to be in the top half of that table.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's definitely someone else I think to watch. And I think, I know we're talking about players, but I think team to watch as well for next season or this season. And I know they had a rocky start, which was against Man City,
mm,
Everton. But
okay, yeah,
Everton have made some solid signings this season. Like,
mm,
Kirk did say last season when they lost to Chelsea, I think the latter half of the WSL season, that they were going to be making some signings this season and they were going to strengthen as a team. And I think they're the one team that have strengthened all around.
yeah,
Like, you know, I know Arsenal have brought in Tobin Heath, and we've had like some strong signings here and there for certain teams. But I think as an all-round team that's actually done great signings, I'd definitely say it's Everton.
yeah. I agree with that. I think at the end of the day, a lot of people would lose 4-0 to Man City. So there's not much to read into that. Man City have an insane squad. So, and to be honest, they've had a range of bringing in experienced players like Kenza Dali and also bringing in Hannah Bennison, who's 18. So it's like they really have covered the board. And like, I believe Everton will be around for a lot more seasons
Oh,
because of this
100%.
window.
Exactly. They brought in back Tony Duggan, who, do you know what? I think bringing in Tony Duggan was a smart move for them, because Tony
Mm,
Duggan, I think she's more or less like lost out on her England place, and this will be her way to kind of cement that back in. It's kind of, I think she'll bring in the same type of energy that Jill Scott did when she did that, when she moved to Everton just for the
yeah,
season.
yeah.
And then Kenza Dali is another one that's a great signing from West Ham for them. So I think that's definitely another team to watch the season.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think another player to look out for is Grace Fisk. I
Yeah,
think she is a very no nonsense defender. I think she's very talented, and I think she's quite a leader at such a young
yeah,
age. And I think people are saying that West Ham might go down this season. We don't know about that, but I think no matter what, she always emerges as a great player. Like, obviously they lost to Brighton 2-0, which was
yeah.
unfortunate, but I think when you watch West Ham and when you watch how they defend, I think she's a big part of why it does go well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do think in terms of another player to look forward to this season, Lauren James move over to Chelsea would be an interesting one to see how she got, not even from a technical stance, because she's a technical, skillful player. And I know she struggled with injury last season and wasn't able to really capitalize her time off United, but she was, someone that really was a top goal scorer coming into the WSL.
Yeah.
But she'll be interesting to see into the mix of, the depth of talent that Chelsea have at that team. It's going to be, are they going to be able to challenge for the Champions League off the back of that, and how that squad will gel? Because you've got, the likes of Sam Kerr, Frank Kirby, Pernille Hard. You've got so many who are challenging that spot. So it'll be interesting to see whether Lauren Game gets a chance within that team.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like yesterday, the Arsenal-Chelsea game, when I don't know why Emma Hayes decided to do it, but she was like, I'm dropping all the adventures right now. So then she just had all three of them, Sam Kerr, Frank Kirby, all come on, and it was like, that's their bench. And the team that they already put out was stacked already. So it's like, this team's only going to get better, and you add in Lauren James. I think they should be aiming to get back to the Champions League final. I only think with the Chelsea team, they're just defensively, they might be missing a touch. There might be that one big player that needs to come into the defense that hasn't come yet.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of those ones like Millie Bright. I think it's weird when you see people play club and country, how different it could be. Millie Bright, Chelsea, hands down, one of the best.
Yeah.
When she plays for England, it's the partnership just doesn't seem to work out with Steph Houghton, but
it
seems to work really well when she's at Chelsea. So it'll be really interesting to see. Like, I think, if the Chelsea definitely need to be Champions League final, if not even winning the Champions League at this rate, because they've done it incredibly well.
Yeah, completely. I wanted to ask, what did you think about the Sky deal? And what do you think about like games now being shown on BBC One? The Everton City game was the first ever live game, WSL on BBC One. So how do you feel about that?
The Sky deal is massive. Do you know what was mad is I was like, it's not even just a Sky deal. It's the fact that you've got a Sky deal, you've got Talk Sport on it, you've got ITV now previewing England friendlies and stuff. So there is so many eyes on the ball, and it's even the quality of it. Like, we had Karen Carney and Casey Stoney doing the pre-match analysis, kind of looking at Manchester United player by player, seeing where those opportunities are for Reading to kind of go and get the goal. Because Reading were the only team last season that actually left with 3 points playing against United at home. So to get that in-depth analysis, I think that's what women's football has always lacked. That is always existed, I think. I guess from a written perspective, like, you get some fantastic writers like Jessie, who has written a great piece, literally step by step WSL analysis, and where those tackles are being made, where those balls are being made, where those gaps on every single team. And it's like, sometimes you don't have that in its physical form on TV. So I think it's absolutely huge to get that there. And again, it will be trying to convert those 7,000, 6,000, 8,000 fans to Kings Meadow, to Boreham Wood on a regular basis.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, exactly what you said. Now, who do you think will win and who do you think will go down?
Oh, do you know, I think it would be mad not to say, like, Chelsea should definitely, like, no one's won it 3 times in a row, and it should definitely be Chelsea. But Man City have been without for such a long time. They've been within, like, touching distance. They've got, Bunny Shaw, who's scored an opening goal. Jackie, who's just come back from winning a gold at the Olympics.
Yeah.
So, they've got such phenomenal talents. I definitely think it's between Man City and Chelsea, but I think Chelsea might be able to edge it once again. I guess from a relegation perspective, do you know what's mad is I think Birmingham is one that people can say is probably the one that is gonna go down, because they have, I guess, in terms of like lack of resources and stuff. But then, like, I think you can never think of you can never be an underdog like that. But I think if it's between Birmingham and West Ham for me, I think West Ham definitely lost out. Not being able to keep Kenza, not being able to keep. I know Alicia already is at Aston Villa, but Alicia going to Aston Villa is a massive one for them. So I think, West Ham is probably the other one that I'm going to think might be, but I'm leaning more towards Birmingham City going down and Chelsea winning.
Okay, and as a United fan, it would be wrong not to ask you, how do you think United's going to do this season?
As a United fan, I definitely think Manchester United will be eyeing up that 3rd Champions League spot. But having seen the performances that you've seen from Arsenal so far, they've managed to keep Vivian Miedema. They bought Nikita Paris, and they've now stolen Tobin Heath from us, and then had the cheek to make a huge announcement about it.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's going to be a challenge, but I do think United definitely have potential. So I'm going to say, you know what, we might even nick that third place, Champions League. I don't see why not.
It's good to be optimistic. It's good to be optimistic. As an Arsenal fan, I don't want to see it happen. But
no, I think so, man. I definitely think, like I think with United, we've got such a depth of talent, I guess, across. I think the only thing that might let us down is injury, which is what got the latter half of the season. Like the fact that we lost 5 games in the latter half of the season definitely ruined it. But this is the same team that was like top of the table come Christmas, and did manage to bring 2 back against Man City. So there is definitely a lot of potential there. Mark Skinner is someone that's very, very familiar with the WSL, has had success with the limited resources whilst at Birmingham. So hopefully he'll be able to bring that skill set to Manchester United and hopefully bring a bit more out of them. So I'm going to say third, man. I'm going to be bold and say third.
It's out there. It's out there. You put it in the atmosphere.
Come back to me at the end of the season when it's not.
We'll have to check it out. We'll have to check it out.
Cliff up. You know what I mean? Cliff up. Make it to me. Like, it has to be.
Yeah, it's definitely there. But yeah, I appreciate you for your time. Let the people know what you're working on. Anything you want people to know about.
Nothing overly exciting at the minute. I'm not gonna lie to you. Literally, just week by week watching the WSL, seeing where it's going. I can't wait until we get further into the Champions League and seeing how that goes. But I think there's so much to look forward to. We've got the Women's Euros next year as well. Like literally, could not get enough of it, and it's such a good time to have so many eyes, so many ears in the game. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And we're gonna end it there.